Oceans, forests, agriculture, and human health. These are the things that are being affected by climate change every single day. We've heard the line for years now. Climate change is happening. Just in the state of Georgia alone, it affects 4 major aspects. It affects cities, it affects farms, it affects forests, and even oceans. Luckily, there are researchers that are dedicated into digging deep into this topic, and some are even located at the University of Georgia. We went and spoke to some of these experts to find out how exactly climate change is affecting our state. In the past few decades, the Earth has been getting warmer and continues to do so, and Georgia is no exception. The EPA suggests that the state will continue to get warmer by 4 to 8 degrees by the end of the century. Warming is caused largely by increases in CO2 emissions, but is also enhanced by population growth and urbanization, something that Dr. Marshall Shepard has studied for years.
Cities tend to be warmer already because of the urban heat island, but then you add that to the broad background global warming or climate change. Cities actually are warming at a faster rate than many of the rural locations around the world.
One thing that scientists are concerned with the rise in temperatures is the impact on human health. Hot temperatures can cause heat strokes, dehydration, and can cause ground level ozone, which can cause breathing problems.
Cities also tend to have more carbon dioxide in them and are also affected by the broader warming of our climate system because of the increase of greenhouse gases in our climate systems.
Climate and weather are 2 different things, but they do go somewhat hand in hand. Weather can be described as your mood on a given day, while climate is more like your personality over time. With the rise in temperatures becoming the new normal, it can be harmful to agriculture. Some crops can take the increase in heat, but some crop yields can be damaged. This is concerning for many scientists, including agricultural climatologist at the University of Georgia, Pam Knox.
Some crops don't handle heat very well. For example, corn really doesn't grow much above 85 degrees. So if we have an increase in the number of really hot days, it's not going to be very useful for corn.
Increase in temperatures also has an impact on livestock. Increased heat could cause production of beef and milk to go down, which could cause prices to rise.
Livestock are also sensitive to heat. You know, if you've got cows and they're hot, they won't eat very much. That means they're not putting on weight, which means it takes longer for them to get to market weight.
Another problem, clean water. Climate change is affecting oceans and coastlines. According to researchers, rising sea levels are pushing more water over Georgia beaches, causing the coastline to recede. Dr. Charles Hopkinson, a systems ecologist at the University of Georgia, has spent many years researching this topic.
These rates have increased to about 3 millimeters per year, and many parts of the world even higher than that.
With the increase in storms and water levels, there's also a problem starting to occur with soil erosion, which is putting homes and people in coastal regions in harm's way.
70% of the U.S. population lives in the coastal zone, so we've got a population that's very vulnerable. It's much at risk of those storms because of property damage, loss of life, etc., etc.
Many of the nation's forests and wildlife are also in danger from climate change. Research says that more droughts would increase wildfires like the one happening in the Okefenokee Swamp as shown in these pictures. And with climate changing toward warmer constant temperatures, trees could be damaged from pests and disease.
One big pest is the Ips beetle, or the southern pine beetle, and the emerald ash borer. And these, like you said, these insects have a life cycle. And when it gets cold enough, they're killed off or they're not active. But now you're looking at, with these warmer temperatures, where you might get 2 life cycles or 3 life cycles.
From cities to farms to coastlines and to forests, climate change is affecting all of these things, which are a big part of the state. And one thing is for sure, researchers are concerned, and some even hope that they're wrong.
I have no interest in being right about this. I want to be wrong.
Reporting in Athens for Grady News Source, I'm John Holcomb.